hit it and then I was still muted. Sorry. So we're going to do Pear Deck today. But I did create a Google slide deck just to start us off, and then that way I can demonstrate some of the Pear Deck pieces. So there is a link to the slide deck. So if you've been to any of my presentations, I always do a little bit.ly link. So let me share my screen. I'm pretty sure you guys know once I share my screen, you guys go into full screen mode. So you just hit escape and you can get out of that. So let me go here. And this is the link to get to the slide deck, which you need because you're going to click on something and it's going to take you to the add-on if you don't already have it. So the bottom, the bit.ly link is bit.ly/Rondo Pear Deck. So go ahead and type that into your address bar and you will get, you might want to mute yours. No, it's okay, because we'll get an echo. At the top of your keyboard should be a speaker with a line through it on your keyboard. Hang on a second, technical difficulties. Awesome.
Is it FN or is it control? Ronnie, I had to request access to the slide deck.
Oh, shoot, okay.
Yeah, so that's
Okay. Did it let you in now?
Yeah, I work now.
Awesome, sorry. Okay,
Thank
you're welcome. So we're gonna go ahead, in case anybody's late joining, the link at the bottom is your link to the Pear Deck, to the slide deck, and you're gonna need that to get to the add-on. So the second slide is the add-on. So you wanna click right here on this text, get the Pear Deck add-on. It'll take you right to the store where you can add the Pear Deck add-on if you don't already have it. So I'll give you guys a second to do that. Okay, has anyone not been able to get the add-on? You haven't, okay. So did you go, here, let me put my little shield on. /Rondo. And give it permission. Okay, then you can close that. And you're back there. Okay, great. Okay. So as soon as you guys get the add-on, you install it, give it the permission, go back to the Pear Deck presentation. And see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to present the Pear Deck with you. So let me get this out of the way. The Zoom's in my way. So as you can see, I'm on the Pear Deck, and the way that you present, there are two ways. The first way is to go back to add-ons and launch it from here. I caution everybody from doing that because it's glitchy. You'll have issues with it. So I tell everyone to open a new tab, go to peardeck.com. I can't see the Zoom things in my way. Hold on. peardeck.com. And then this is what it looks like. You'll log in as a teacher right here. And it might ask you for your email address. Just choose your SanUSD one because that's where we have the, the premium account through. And then as you scroll down, so up here will always be announcements of new things that you can use. But as you scroll down, it'll have your slides from your Google Drive right here. So you can see right here is the one we were on, and it does do recents. So I'm going to click right here. And I can right now start a student paced or a live session. So let me explain what the difference is. A student paced means you're going to give the code to your class and they can log in at different times and go at their own pace. When you do a live lesson, you're presenting it, the students log in, and then as you advance a slide, it advances on their computer. I usually suggest that you start out with the live sessions first, just to get the kids used to the platform, because they've learned a lot of new things recently. So I'm gonna start a live session, and I'm gonna have you guys join it. So you could either join it on your computer, or if you have your phone or an iPad next to you, you're gonna go to joinpd.com, joinpeardeck.com, and it's gonna ask you for a code, and this is your code. Xeric umbrellas, notice Xeric yards. So they always have some cute little phrase at the bottom that goes along with the code XUNXY.
Students will do this process as well when they're joining.
Did somebody ask a question? Here, let me turn my volume up. Maybe I couldn't hear. Is somebody asking a question?
Yeah, can you hear me? It's
Barely.
Okay. Is this the process that students will do too as well?
Okay, you're gonna have to talk, like shout or something. I've got my volume all the way up.
Let me type it.
Okay.
Hey, Ronnie, the students don't need the Pear Deck add-on to do the Pear Decks, right? Just like we don't on our, like.
Yeah, no, they don't need anything.
Okay.
Because all they're doing is joining. It doesn't even collect their, like any of their information, their Google account, nothing. Everything, so when you're finished, everything will be saved in your Google Drive. And same thing for them, any work that they do will go into their Google Drive and they'll have it for future reference.
But if
Ronnie,
we,
what is the code? I can't see it. Is that whole sentence?
X,
all those
U, N,
words?
X,
No,
Y.
it's just XUNXY.
Oh, okay.
So you could have fun with your kids and say, the code is XUNXY. Xerox umbrellas, notice Xeric yards, something like
Got
that.
it. Oh, okay. I'm like typing in the whole sentence.
Yeah, no. I'm so sorry.
The whole poem.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, Luna.
It's
Kayla,
okay, Luna.
quiet. Quiet.
Don't
I'm a
listen to
first grade
Kayla.
teacher.
So if we wanted our kids to like do an interactive presentation though, they would have to download the add-on.
Yes. So if you want, that's excellent for 6th grade and 5th grade, 4th grade. If you want them to create a Google slide deck and that you want them to present it to the class where the other students have to interact with them, absolutely, they could get the add-on. Now, I think it's whitelisted for kids. If any of you guys have a student in the district, if you could log in with their account and try to add it on and let me know if it works. I think once we whitelist it, because I had to vet this particular add-on, and once I vetted it, they whitelisted it. So I would imagine it's for all CNUSD emails, but someone, if they could check that out for me, I'd appreciate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the class. Now, what I used to do is I would start the Pear Deck on my iPad. So let's say you did it on your laptop. You would go to peardeck.com and start it, and you could then have a teacher dashboard. And then on my desktop, I would sign in, say desktop room 103, and whatever the kids were seeing would be on the front screen, but I would have in my hand what the kids are turning in. So that way you can kind of monitor behavior. So if a student is being a knucklehead, you'll see right away that you want to make sure the other kids don't see his work, and you can, you know, somehow chat him on the side and say, look, you know, you're off task or whatever. But right here at the bottom of the screen are the three dots. Three dots are your friend. It's another menu. This is where you can open the dashboard. So I could open it in a new window. And I'll show you what that looks like. So if I had opened the teacher dashboard here, this is what I'm seeing. So I see whatever is coming up next, and then any of your responses. So right now, if I want, I could click on 11 students. I could see who signed in, which is kind of cool. And then as I'm going, I know what I'm going to be going to next. So I can click this arrow. Now you're seeing both at the same time. Let's go ahead. I'm going to close the teacher dashboard, and then I'll open it again so you can see what I'm talking about. So right now, you guys have an activity in front of you. So in my Google slide deck, when I opened the add-on, I'm able to add some of these interactive slides, and I'm going to show you that in a second. I'll leave the presentation and show you how I did it. So right now, go ahead, and you're supposed to drag your icon. You were able to get the Pear Deck add-on, yes or no? For the Pear Deck, it's right there. Oh, you can't see it because of my, can you see it? No, I guess you can't, that's weird. Okay, it's XU, N as in Nancy, XY. It looks like, I wonder if I can turn this off. So do you guys not see the Pear Deck where you can drag your dot?
Yeah.
Did you drag your dot?
Yes.
Why isn't it showing for me?
I don't know if I did or not. I don't know where to drag it.
You should have done it on your phone, Luna. You should have dragged that little blue dot either to the green or the red thumb.
To where? Where's my blue dot go though?
Well, either green dot or red dot. Did you get on Pear Deck or
Oh,
not?
the dot goes in there.
Oh, you had hide responses on, Ronnie. That's why.
Yeah, I did.
So
So
drag it in there and just leave it.
you just leave it. Now you're gonna have kids, and I'm surprised none of you guys did this. You're just so compliant. But usually people, once they can see their marker, they start moving it around. Oh yeah, this one's mine. Yep, just like that, Caleb. I know that's you. And so when they get kind of silly like that, you can come over here to lock screen. So usually this is, so I guess the default now is to hide responses. So you can go here and hide them. Like I said, when you have the teacher dashboard, you can see what's going on. So if it's a draw one where students have to draw something or write something, you can see. So see, I can preview what you guys are doing by opening the teacher dashboard. So if anyone's being, you know, I said off task or not behaving properly, I don't have to show it. Let me go back out of the teacher dashboard. Okay, so how do you get some of these things? So this is the next thing that I want you to do. I want you to open, so at the top, open your tab for your Google Drive, or if you don't have Google Drive open Google Drive. And I want you to open, or make a copy of a slide deck so you don't have to start over. And we're gonna take that copy and we're gonna add stuff to it. So it won't ruin the one that you have that you're planning on using. So you're gonna go ahead, open a new tab, go to the waffle, go to Google Drive. And then if you don't have any slide decks showing, if you didn't know how to do this, up here, you can click where it says search and drive, this little drop down. And you can go to type and you can click presentation and search. And then just pick one and make a copy. To make a copy, you just right click on it and then make a copy of it. If you already have one that you can see, just find one that you can make a copy of. And I'll show you how you can start pulling in some of these really cool questions that go along that make it interactive for the students. I lost my Zoom. Okay, thumbs up if you guys are ready to go to the next thing where we're going to start integrating. Okay. Okay, thanks, Linda. Thanks, Darlene. How are you doing, Luna? You're on mute.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just finding a slide to copy.
Okay.
I just found one.
Okay, good.
Just takes me a minute.
Okay. So as soon as Luna's got one copied and open, we'll go forward. No pressure.
It's supposed to be
I
an
have a quick
hour-long
question.
training, Luna. Hurry up.
Quick question. If we open the teacher dashboard, is that something the students can't see?
They cannot see.
Okay.
Only you can.
Okay.
Good question. Yeah, you can open the teacher dashboard on your laptop. You can start it, open the teacher dashboard, and just have the teacher dashboard on your laptop and project with your desktop, sign in as a student and just project it up there.
Or you could extend the screen and just throw the one up on the screen, right? And keep the one on your top.
Yep, you could do that too. But the thing I don't like about that is you're kind of stuck sitting at your desk.
Yeah.
Whereas when you use the laptop, you could be on your grow and roll, moving around, you're more mobile. And so, especially in the classroom, I mean, Zooming, it doesn't matter. But in the classroom, that proximity for those knuckleheads is everything.
Yeah.
I'm a 6th grade teacher, you know that. I taught 6th grade. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Okay, how you doing, Rebecca? You are muted. We see your lips moving, but nothing's coming out.
I don't really know how I'm doing. I don't really know where to put that slide.
All you need to do is open a slide presentation.
Okay, I have a slide open.
That's all you need to do. It could be something that you already had so that
Yeah,
you could
I just
start.
grab something.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the slide deck. So let me get rid of this. Okay, so here in this slide deck, if I wanted to add something, say after my next content slide, I need to go up here to add-ons, click on that, scroll down to where you see Pear Deck for Google Slides, and then open the Pear Deck add-on. So the only thing I use the add-on for is when I'm building. I don't use the add-on for presenting. I go to peardeck.com and I present from there, so it's not glitchy. Now, once you've done that, let's say you already had it ready to go, or you didn't have time to put slides in there, you could start your lesson right here, and it would just have your Google Slides. There is the option while you're presenting to add a question, and I'll show you that in a second. That's if, you're on the fly, something happened, and you just don't have time, but you know what you're going to ask the kids, so you just throw in those questions. For example, the thumbs up, thumbs down, you throw it in, it doesn't have a prompt at the top. You say the prompt aloud. So you would say, did everybody get the Google Slides add-on for Pear Deck? And then people would drag their dot. So you can add on the fly too. But what I want to show you is how do you do it intentionally? Like, how do you build it out and get it ready to go? So down here are the question types. And then also, this is new, you can add audio to a slide. And it shows up, especially for student paced, it's super valuable. The slide shows up and it'll say audio at the top, and at the bottom is your little triangle to click play. And whatever you could just have directions. You could have anything right there in the slide. So what I do when I build is I use the template library. So let's click on the template library. And it's organized nicely. So at the beginning of your lesson, it has these style of questions. During the lesson, it has that style of question, and then end of the lessons, like a formative type. And then as you go down, it also has, they keep building this out. So critical thinking could be any part of the lesson, right? If you wanted to add some social emotional learning at the beginning or in the middle, they have some of those questions. And then they have some other little sample type things. World Languages actually has a Mandarin question, and it's written in Mandarin. So let's go up here at the beginning of our lesson. We'll click there. These are all the samples. So you find one that you like. So we'll use this thinking one for me. You guys pick what you want. So just to demonstrate what it looks like is it's going to be the template. Now you can see, I don't know if you can, but there's a box around the text. I can change that to anything I want. What they're going to do, they're going to get a slide where it says, think of a question your classmates might have, and then they type it in. So they're going to get a box to type in for this one. And it tells you at the bottom, students write your response. And then here it tells you what this slide is going to be requiring of your students. Also has a warning at the bottom. If you delete this slide, it won't be in your presentation. So you need to make sure this stays in your slide. So any of these can be changed. You can see here's where the thumb up, thumb down, the one that I found. The draggable ones are fun in the beginning, and they're really, really good for kinder, first, second in the beginning. So then let's go back. Let's find a during the lesson question. There's also drawing in here, and the kids can use the mouse, the cursor, to draw simple things. So here's a text slide, a multiple choice slide. This is a draggable slide. I actually have that one here. I was gonna let you guys play with it if you wanted to, but this is an SEL. So it's this same exact slide, but instead it's, you know, checking for understanding, how are you feeling right now during the lesson. This is a mind map. So let's put this one in so you can see what that looks like. And again, they can draw or type anywhere. So you're not on the slide where they get that, but they're going to get the central idea. And then at the bottom, they'll have a pencil, a paintbrush, a text box. I think they can even add an image, and they can just start putting all of this onto their mind map. So any questions so far, you guys? Yes. Rebecca has one. Hold on one second. Rebecca has one. I'll tell you what she says.
Okay, so I can incorporate a Google Slides with the Pear Deck, or I could just have Pear Deck.
No.
Or do I need to have the Google Slides and insert where I would like?
Right. The Pear Deck piece is the interactive piece. The Google Slides is the content. So she was asking, can I just do Pear Deck, or do I have to have the Google Slides? The Google Slides are what you make for the content. The Pear Deck is the interactive piece that you're putting in to make it so that the students have to stay on their toes. They're not just sitting back and letting the information wash over them. So good. We had one more question.
It wasn't a question. I was just saying I love this, exciting.
Yeah, you like it? All right, Esteph. Esteph has been using Pear Deck for Be Internet Awesome. So, and it's already done for her, so she could add more if she wanted to. Okay, so this is in the middle. Notice they also have a stretch break. So if you wanted your kids to get up and do 15 jumping jacks and then sit back down, you could totally build that in. Instead of stretch break, you could say stretch break, do 15 jumping jacks. And then they could all do their little thing and come back out of breath. So there are a lot of neat things here for during the lesson. Now, let's see, post lesson or end lesson. So connections to your own life. And that's a drawing slide. Now, of course, they can also type if they're not comfortable drawing. Some kids aren't. Here's another text slide. This is a SEL slide. You know, how are you feeling? Pretend your friend wasn't absent today. So a lot of critical thinking. This looks kind of like a Freyer model. So these are the end of the lesson. Now you can get down here, and I really think that you should just start pushing buttons and exploring this. There's just so much in here, and you can tweak it however works best for your classroom, your grade level, but there are a lot of critical thinking ones. This is one of the first extras that they built out, and then over the summer, actually, it was probably during the spring when they really started pulling in their social emotional piece. And then these are just examples for littles, for science, math, social studies, world languages. These are just some example questions just to get you started. So I'm going to delete this slide right here. And oh, I had content right here, but it's gone. I must have deleted the wrong thing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Pear Deck. If you guys still have that on another device, you can follow along. So just so you can see what it would look like for you, drag your dot to how you're feeling. So this is another drag. You guys understand? I want to make sure no one's confused or needing help. So if anybody does, I want to be able to slow down a little. In between, okay, that makes sense. Okay, who needs help? Unmute yourself and let's see what we can do.
Ronnie, I just have a question. So let's say it's already a pre-made Pear Deck and you said I could add stuff. Would I just follow the same process and put like add-on, Pear Deck add-on, and then just insert the slides like you're showing us?
Yeah, and you can even delete ones that you don't like. So let's say there's a slide in there, you're not really crazy about it, just delete it and add your own, or just add more.
And then my second question is, I know that we could do the live lesson with the kids, but if we wanted to create it for them to do it on their own, do they have to be in present mode to be able to do this, or can they do it like just not being in present mode? Like if they're doing it on their own and it's not a live, am I making sense?
Yeah, yeah. So absolutely, you just, instead of selecting to do the instructor mode, you would do student paced. And when you do student paste, it'll let you push it right out to your Google Classroom. And then they just click it and it logs them in. Or it might have the code and they still have to put the code in, but then you don't have to start anything. They start it on their own.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, guys?
I do.
Okay.
If we create one in, I think you may have just answered this, but
It's okay.
if we create one in teacher mode, can we then switch it to student led?
Yeah, so right now you guys are in teacher mode, and I'll show you how to switch it to student led. So if I click right here on those three dots again, right here, I can turn on student paced. And now you guys can do whatever you want. You can go ahead, you can answer some of those questions, which I was gonna do anyway, just so you guys could see how that is. So I can see right here, student paste is on and I can turn it back off. So when we went to the training, we did a whole day training with Pear Deck. I'm a Pear Deck coach now. That's what they did. They like turned it on, turned it off, turned it on, turned it off. So when we would get to a point when they turned it off, we couldn't go any farther.
Oh, I see.
So it's kind of neat when we get back to the classroom where you can release it and let some kids go ahead and then go back and review some of their answers.
Yeah.
So let me go to the next slide.
When you turn it off, does it revert everyone back to the same slide you were on, or does it keep them where they were?
It keeps them where they were.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. What was that? The scoops, yeah. Oh, it's, and see, I don't know, here, I'm gonna have to do it up here. So, let me show you. Can you see it right here, the three dots? Okay. Sorry. So we had the the Zoom pictures of you guys, and it was covering the right side of the screen, so they could never see what I was talking about when I went to the 3 dots and I was talking about student paste and everything. So I moved it. So now they can see everything. So when you click on the 3 dots, this is where you make it a full screen. You can open your dashboard. You could open it on a new device. So let's say you started it on your desktop and then you decide you want to have the dashboard on this one. You could do that. You could put it onto your other device. Yeah. Let's see what else was over here. Turn off student pace mode. So when you end the session, you name it, and then you have reference to everything that they did. So you can go back and see all their drawings, all their answers, whatever they were. So let's see if you guys added anything to this yet. No? Yeah. I think you can. We'll try to do that with this before we're done. Uh-huh. I believe you can, but we'll make sure. So someone added their comment. So if I was in teacher dashboard, it would look like this, and before I showed the responses, I could see what everyone was doing and then show the responses here. And when I show the responses from here, then you should be able to see them on your device. So if I go here, okay, let's close the dashboard. So now I can stop student paste. And when I was saying that you could add a new topic, oh my gosh, this thing, oh, it won't stop, huh? Will it? No way it wants to restart. No. Okay, that's gonna be in the way now, so now we won't be able to see up there. Okay. So if you had a Google Slides and you didn't have a chance to go through and add the Pear Deck Interactive, as you're going along and you're presenting this, kids are going to ask questions or something's going to come up and it'll kind of become a teachable moment or whatever. So you can click here where it says New Prompt. And these are all the different prompts that you're able to use. So let's say, you notice the kids are starting to shut down. You could do a stress check. Let's see. Pause and write what you've just learned. So you can't change what the prompt is, but you can have them stop and write, really quickly, what did you just learn? You could even say, oh, and I want you to also add what's one more question you have. Something like that. So in the moment, you can add questions. And then again, there's a few more. So the draggables are part of the premium, just so you guys know. You have those that you can write on and type on, but the draggables and the teacher dashboard are part of the premium license. So just so you know, next year, if we don't get it again, it's $99 a year, and you get that, plus you get all the reports and everything. Okay, so let me go out of here, close this window, and proceed on. And that's the last slide. So I'm going to go ahead and end this so we can see what it looks like. So I'm going to end it. I'll call it Rondo Pear Deck. And I'm going to do WTT, which is What the Tech Tuesday, and publish the student takeaways, meaning everything that you did, you're going to get a copy of your work. So I'm going to save and end this. You most likely always want to do the student takeaways. And now I can share this to Google Classroom if I like, so the students can see the takeaways. or I can return home. So I'm going to return home. And then I want to go to my Pear Deck activities. So I'm going to come up here to sessions. And this is our session that we just did. I think, where is it? This is all my other stuff. Here it is. Nope, that's a different one. Here it is. So this is how I can review it, what everybody did. It's not showing up. Go back. It's almost like it's just allowing me to present it again. Archive takeaways. Oh yeah, here it is. So it's the 3 dots at the end. See over here? Click on that and you can export it to a spreadsheet. Or you can just get the takeaways. It looks like it's just sharing the takeaways though.
Ronnie, I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to have all of the lesson ready beforehand, or can we just like add the slides as we go? If we have our Google slides already and we know what we're teaching, can we add those little add-ons in between, or would you have them all ready and set before the lesson?
So that's what I was showing you, that you could do it on the fly, just insert a prompt, but you can't edit it. You have to insert it the way that it is. So if you want it to be like the way this one is, where I already had the questions typed on the slide and I was ready to present as far as Pear Deck is concerned and everything was there for you to do, you have to do that in advance.
Okay.
Now, if you are, so let's say you're here, you got 45 minutes before you're gonna go home and you start building the content and you add in a couple Pear Deck slides, and you know what, I'm just gonna go home, I'm tired, my brain is foggy, whatever. You can just close it, it saves it, and the next day or when you get home, open it back up and just continue working. The Pear Deck doesn't go away.
I think that's what Luna's question was.
Okay, I just make sure that I answered it both ways.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and then archiving it means that it takes it away. And then let's say you built a lesson and you wanted to do it and you realized it's going a lot slower than you thought, you can reopen your session. So let's say you got 5 slides in, you still have 3 to go. Just say, you know what, we're gonna go on to something new, we're gonna finish this tomorrow, and you just end it, and then you reopen it the next day and go right back to where you were. Or make it student-paced and they can finish it.
Ronnie, Caleb was distracting me. I'm so sorry. How do you get to this page?
Oh, Caleb. So I'm in peardeck.com.
Okay.
And at the top, there's home, sessions, and help. So I just clicked on sessions.
Okay.
So all of your Be Internet Awesomes should be there.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So there's one more thing I wanted to show you. And this is kind of a pedagogy thing. So if you're not doing vocabulary, you probably don't care about this. If you do like doing vocabulary, you're probably gonna like this a lot. So basically, Pear Deck has something called Flashcard Factory. So let me go back to the home and I'll show it to you. So let me see, where is it? Here it is. So create a vocab list. So what you do is you create the list, you put the definitions in, and then the kids work in pairs. One child writes an example of the vocabulary word. The other child creates the drawing that goes with the example. And when they're done, when they finish everything, they ship it off in the factory. And then the teacher can bring it up whole class. So you might do 1 or you might do 3 or 4 pairs of students a day, and that's it, if you're going to do this at all. And then it shows that the student's example of the vocabulary word, and right next to it is the other student, the other pairs drawing. And then you can approve it or decline it. And if you approve it, then it goes on this little conveyor belt and they get points. So it's kind of gamifying vocab, and it's teaching vocab in a more fun setting. So like the first term, we could use, whoops, my fingers. Okay, they want to do TNR, raptor. And then scary dinosaur that screeches. I don't know. You guys are going to come up with something much better than this. You can add another term. Oh, somebody give me a term. How about pear? Delicious fruit that's green and shaped funny. Okay, so these would be the words. So now I'm going to play Flashcard Factory. I demoed it just to see what it looks like. So we're going to play Flashcard Factory. Now there's supposed to be 2 people. So the kids will join and they clock in, and the day shift is the one who does the text, like giving an example, and the night shift does the drawing. So you can say, let's play, and then here are the 2 words. So for me, I click on, let's see, come on, it's not letting me do it. I wanted you to see what it looks like. Next phase, go back. I know. Okay, it's not letting me go back. Let me just do the back arrow. Welcome to the factory. I need to, so usually you click on this and it opens the word and you start. I don't know why it's not working. Let's see what I did wrong. Production phase. So it has the quality control, that's where you're giving it points or not points. And then the final phase is the shipping phase, and so it ships it out in a little conveyor belt. It's pretty cute, but I can't get it to work for whatever reason. Maybe because I'm not signed into it or something. 1 person, yeah. Well, I was able to do it last night because I was demoing it to see. And then once you create these, you can share them with the rest of your grade level. It's pretty cool. Let me see if I can try this again, if it'll let me. That's a good question. So the question was, is this live or can it be student paced? And I don't know the answer to that. I've only done it live. So you could, but I don't know how they would, I would say that it would have to be live just because they're working together. So the one student creates the example, the other student has to draw a picture that matches the example, not the definition of the word. So they would have to be working at the same time. So it might be better to do once we get back into the classroom, but if any of you are willing to try it out, you could. Let me try this again and see if it lets me. Oh, Caleb joined. Okay, let's play, Caleb. Okay, I think all you have to do is click on, because you're night shift, you have to click on the term. Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to draw a raptor with my big fat finger and it's not going very well.
So you just clicked on the term and it worked, right?
It actually gave me the term right away. So
Okay.
I didn't have to click on anything. It just told me what term I was supposed to be doing.
Okay. So it might have you do the definition also, and then I'll just be quality control. I'm going to let you share your screen, Caleb, so that they can see what you're doing.
I'm doing it on my phone though.
Oh, never mind. Let me go back. Did you finish?
Yeah, I finished drawing my raptor, so maybe go to quality control and see if it will show up.
Okay.
You guys can see my awesome work.
No cards created. Well, it's not giving me any
Now it's
cards.
asking me to write an example.
It's telling you to write?
Yeah, does that mean I just write it in a sentence, or like how does that work?
So yeah, just use the word raptor like in a sentence.
Okay.
And then when you ship it, it should go down on your conveyor belt.
Okay.
There it goes. So now I can go to quality control, and this is his example. So you would go through all of your pairs. So let's say you gave them 3 words at a time. You would have 3 for each pair. And so we're going to give them points for it. So you can see the blue hat is the night shift, the yellow hat is the day shift. So when you go like that, the day shift didn't do anything, so all the points went to the night shift. And then when you're done, so Gym Kit is a paid platform. So you could print the set, you could export it to Gym Kit, but you can't do anything. You can do something for 30 days. They give you a 30 days trial. So if you want, you could just title it and export it. And then it's going to take me, I can share it to Classroom, or I can go to the set in Gym Kit. And then this is what it looks like. If you were to sign up, again, I don't know how much it is, but it's not free, but at least you would have them all listed if you wanted to. And you could export them from here. Or when you're here, you could also export them. Oh, yeah, and it gives you a little seal. So right here, you could print the set. And it'll print them all out for the students. So that is Flashcard Factory. Pretty cool. It might be something you want to try, maybe with your kids who are struggling. You just do it for them and then introduce it to everybody when we get back to the classroom. It's entirely up to you guys, but that's another function of Pear Deck. So. Any other questions? So will the students do this as well? Jessica asked. They will participate in the Pear Deck with you, but you can, I was asking if anyone had a student in the district, if they wouldn't mind signing in for their child and going to the slides add-on. So you go to add-ons in slides, and at the bottom, get add-ons. You don't have to use the link I gave you. And then just type in Pear Deck and see if the kids can get it too, because I don't know if the kids have access. But that'd be kind of cool to have the kids create their own, Pear Decks and teach the rest of the class, or even if they're presenting on a topic that they researched, or their project for project-based learning, if they created a Pear Deck for it, they could then have the audience interact with their presentation. So are you guys good?
I'm on it. I'll have my one of my kiddos log in and see if we can get it to work on a student account.
Oh, awesome. That would be great, because then I can tell Brittany and Joe. I think they're hiring a new ed tech TSA this week. My position's being replaced, so that person, they need to know that, because they've had their hands full with year-round. Just wait until traditional comes back. I think that's why they're so like, we got to fill Ronnie's position. It's going to be hard for them. So, all right, you guys. Well, that's it. I don't know what we're going to do next week. Do you guys want to do this every week or every other week?
Well, Ronnie, your training was way more valuable than the ones I did this morning. I learned so much.
I still get told that by all the teachers in the district. They're like, come back. I'm like, no, I can't do both jobs.
Yeah.
So thank you. But you guys have me all to yourself. So whatever you want, if you want it every Tuesday, a little half hour or 45 minutes, we'll do it.
Okay, I would love that.
Okay, so fill out that form again. The next one, I think everyone wanted to learn about, I'll have to look. But if you fill the form out again, I only had like 7 people put what they wanted. And you need to prioritize it. Don't put everything as number one because it doesn't. I need to know your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
Where
I think
is that
interactive.
form?
Yeah, did I miss that?
I'll send it out again.
Okay,
Okay, that way it's easy for you to find.
okay.
Don't laugh, Caleb.
Jeez, Luna, do we have to do everything for you?
Hey, I am B-Track. I'm on it right now. Look at me. Game
Summer
on.
break.
Luna's break is over.
I know, I've been having too much fun. That's what it's all about. Work hard, play hard.
That's right.
Okay, bye guys.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
Thank you.
Mhm.